Previously on Survivor Chapman. The Jerbear tribe rallied to win their first challenge of the season, sending Tsunami to their first tribal council. Teddy and Isabella formed an alliance and gathered the votes to blindside Jane, but Jeffrey had doubts about the future of the alliance.
So, just got back from tribal, and the first member of our team was voted out. I am very sorry to see her go. I think she was a great player, and we had a great connection. But I am also very surprised because I got 2 votes against me. I went in feeling super confident. I thought we all had a plan, even though I didn't know exactly who to vote for. I kind of had an idea, and I felt horrible about it because I love everyone on my team, and I really wish that I didn't have to vote anyone out. So when we lost, I was like, oh no, I actually have to vote someone out. And it just crushed me. But after seeing that I got 2 votes, I don't feel sorry anymore, and I'm actually, I don't want to say I'm hurt, I'm just more surprised because I'm not really a threat. I wouldn't say I'm a threat. And I'm just surprised that either 2 people were teaming up and turned on each other, or they split the votes to try to get one of us out. Which my first thought was that maybe they were trying to get either me or Jane out, so they split the vote and maybe they communicated. But I'm really hoping that's not the case because I thought I had some allies.
That could have gone more perfectly.
Yeah. That was perfect.
Brady really pressed me though with that question.
I know.
Are you sure you know?
I don't know.
No, but him asking Jane if she has the idol or who has the idol too.
She must have it.
She's got a.
Is it weird if I text her like, "Hey girl, do you have an idol?" Like,
I was low-key hoping she would use it so that we know that it's out.
Yeah. I know.
Honestly, but I'm glad she didn't use it because now we got her out.
No, yeah.
And then we'll get Lauren out next time we vote. Sorry, is this the one?
Dang, I cannot wait to see her goodbye confessional. I'm
oh
so.
my gosh, I feel so bad because I feel like
No,
she was like a player, but I was like, she's gonna be too hard to beat later down the line.
Facts.
So we did what we had to do, you guys, and it was great. Yeah, we did it. That was stressful. First tribal success.
So Jane went home. I'm feeling like a mastermind right now. The vote went perfectly according to plan. It was a 3-2 vote. I was right on the money with exactly what happened, who voted for who. I got to write Jane's name down. She went home. I really think she did have the idol because Brady asked her an idol question about her, about if anybody would be nervous about playing an idol or anything like that. And she answered the question and she said that somebody would for sure have it in their pocket if they had it right now. So I'm really thinking that she had it. Even if she didn't, oh well, she's gone out of the picture. See ya. So leaving Lauren on the outs. I don't think Lauren even really knows what happened because she got 2 votes. And I think she's confused on where they came from, to be 100% honest with you. And I think that because the vote was so split, 3-2, she has no idea where anybody's allegiance is, which I think could be used for our advantage. I really like the core 5 that we had in that last vote, and I really want to keep going forward with those people. So hopefully we can make Lauren feel safe if she has an idol or anything. Otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good.
Either. Come on over here to center.
Okay, good.
Come on in and meet in the center right over here. Welcome, Jer Bears. We'll get to it. Jer Bear, getting your first look at the new Tsunami tribe, Jane voted out at the last tribal council. Come on in, guys. You guys can just meet up in the center with Jer Bear. Do 2 rows, why not? Okay, folks, as some of you may have noticed coming in, we had a little bit of a casualty with the immunity idol. Probably mine, but we're not going to dwell on that. However, the idol isn't the only thing splintering today. Drop your buffs.
No! This is too quick.
Too soon.
You guys are coordinated.
Today, we will be undergoing a tribe swap. One by one, you guys will come up to the front here, grab a new buff from the bag. Grant is not here at this challenge. However, he is still in the game, which means there are 13 of you still in the game. And I'll just leave that surprise for a little later. Isabella, why don't you draw first?
Do I put this anywhere?
Just put it off to the side.
Okay.
Isabella, now on the Jer Bear tribe. Preston.
We're not even on the stage. Yeah. Congrats. Enjoy our time. Good try.
Preston staying with the Jer Bears. Emma.
Exactly. What if I just pick spread?
Emma going to stay with the Tsunami tribe. Isaac.
Does he get swapped again?
Never gets old.
Isaac back with Tsunami. Jeffrey. Jeffrey stays with Tsunami. Michael. Michael swapping to Tsunami.
Oh, so tough.
Lauren. Lauren swapping to Jer Bear. Elliot. Elliot swapping to Tsunami. Teddy. Teddy swaps tribes as well, off to Jer Bear. Angelina.
How you doing, guys?
Angelina draws a Jer Bear buff.
Bye.
Stephanie. Stephanie back to Jer Bear. Who's left? Anna. Anna pulls the lavender buff. You could stand over here.
I don't want to listen.
Which means Grant will be Tsunami.
Okay.
Hi, Elliot. I'm Grant. I'm Mike. Sorry, not Grant. Not Grant. You're good. That was not Grant.
So we got 4, 2, Jeffrey.
You were a formidable opponent. We'll be on the same team this time.
Oh yeah, touche.
Obviously, as you guys all saw, Anna drew the lavender buff. However, I'm afraid you can't keep it for very long. I am going to need it back.
What was this for then?
The lavender buff signifies exile.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. What does that mean?
For the next 24 hours, You will not be allowed to communicate with anyone in the game. No one in the game will be allowed to communicate with you regarding game matters. If you could step outside into the hallway.
No way.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, I'm not.
Let's go. Okay, we're gonna No fucking way.
For logistic purposes, if Anna was anyone's ride, we can help you guys out with the challenge. We will figure that
I'm gonna
out.
call my roommate and just be like, dude, come back to me.
Goodbye, Anna. See you tomorrow. All right, everyone. We're gonna give you 5 minutes just to, kind of get acclimated with the tribe. But before we do that, I want to tell you all about the next challenge. This challenge is called Match It. As you can see, up here in the front, we have a table, and back there are 2 tables. This table right here will be for Tsunami. This table right here will be for Jer Bear. On this table will be a sequence of items. At the beginning of every round, we will drop the covering, revealing the sequence to all of you. One at a time, you guys will each come up and try and memorize the sequence as quickly as possible. Each round will only feature one person from each tribe. We'll set up the sequence back here, and at the beginning of the round, they'll drop the covering. You guys can see the sequence, take as long as you like to memorize it, but as soon as one of you calls cover, goes back up, have to run back to your table and try and recreate the sequence using the pictures that we provided on the table. The first tribe to 10 points wins immunity. The losing tribe obviously will go to tribal council, where they must vote somebody out. You guys will choose who gets to go when, who matches up with who. All of that is up to you guys. There's only one rule regarding that. Everyone in your tribe must go once before anyone goes twice. Once again, we're playing to 10 points, no win by 2, nothing like that. Do you guys have any questions? Okay, I'll give you a couple minutes to strategize while we get set up.
Wow, that's insane.
But he would be on this one.
Yeah.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 of us.
All right, everybody, we're gonna get started. If we could have the first 2 contestants come up here to the table, please. Everyone else who's not participating, you can take a seat at these side tables. Elliot and Isabella, 2 people who swapped tribes. As a reminder, Isabella, your table that way. Elliot, your table that way.
With my butt.
Yeah.
Correct. Survivors ready? Go. And they're off. Elliot calls cover first, flipping over those pictures as fast as possible, trying to identify which ones are correct first, and then putting them in the right order. Elliot's starting to make her order already. Isabella's still getting through the papers. It looks close. Isabella looks like she's gaining some ground.
Done.
Elliot thinks she's finished. And now Isabella is gonna finish her sequence.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Elliot went first. She has Clorox mug, frog, T-Rex, pirate ducky, pumpkin, fake Oscar, pig ducky. Let's reveal. That is incorrect. Let's go to Isabella.
No way.
Clorox mug, T-Rex,
Don't doubt me,
frog,
girl.
pirate duck, pumpkin, fake Oscar, pig ducky.
Let's go.
Isabella with a point.
Yeah, okay.
Survivors ready? Go. Silent. It's Emma and Preston desperately try to memorize these items as fast as they can. Emma says cover, but only by half a second. It's neck and neck. They're flipping over papers as we speak. Preston dropping a few. Emma getting rid of a few. Emma's putting together her order now. Preston falling a little bit behind. Preston thinks he has it. And Emma, a close second. Let's check. From left to right, we have Fake Oscar, Fozzie Bear, Pig Duck, Pirate Duck, Frog, Hot Sauce, T-Rex, Clorox Mug. That is incorrect. We'll go to Emma. Emma thinks it's Fake Oscar, Fozzie Bear, Pig Duck, Hot Sauce, Pirate Duck, Frog, T-Rex, Clorox Mug. Yeah! Points for Tsunami. For our next matchup, we have Isaac versus Stephanie. Survivors ready. Go. A little switch up this round. Stephanie thinks she has it. The orientation of your papers will matter. Stephanie's got all her papers flipped over. Isaac's still working. First round with a new setup. Let's see if it causes some issues. Stephanie making some final checks. Isaac thinks he has it. And Stephanie thinks she has it as well. Once again, we'll start with Tsunami. In the short row, from left to right, we have Pig Duck, T-Rex. In the long row, left to right, we have Frog, Pumpkin, Fake Oscar, Fozzie Bear, Hot Sauce. That is incorrect. Go to Stephanie's. In the short row, left to right, T-Rex, Pig Duck. Long row, Fake Oscar, Hot Sauce, Fozzie Bear, Pirate Duck, Clorox Mug.
That is incorrect.
That is also incorrect. We will reset. Survivors ready for the rematch. Go.
Cover.
Stephanie covering again. Both of them racing back to the table. Both going quite quick. Stephanie getting rid of some papers. Isaac already starting to order. Now Stephanie's got her papers flipped. Elliot just chucking stuff all over the room. Thank you, Teddy. Done. Stephanie thinks she's done.
I said done.
Oh, you said. Sorry. We'll go to Isaac first. In the short row, from left to right, Pig Duck, T-Rex. Long row, left to right, Clorox Mug, Pirate Duck, Fake Oscar, Fozzie Bear, Hot Sauce.
That is correct.
That is correct. Tsunami up 5-2. Game's getting out of hand for Jeremy. That is correct, and a point for Tsunami. That is correct. Jer Bear with a point. Correct. Point for Tsunami.
That is correct.
That is correct. And that's 9 points for Tsunami. This could be the final matchup. Elliot's gonna try and win it for Tsunami. Preston trying to keep Jer Bear alive.
You got it, Preston.
Survivors ready? Go. Elliot thinks she has it. Both her and Preston go back to their tables. This is for immunity, folks. Put it all on the line. Elliot thinks she has it. At breakneck speed. And now Preston trying to make sure he gets it. Preston's done. Let's go take a look. Elliot's guess from left to right. Pumpkin, Fozzie Bear, Pirate Duck, T-Rex, Pig Duck, Fake Oscar, Frog.
That's correct.
Immunity. All right, everyone, if we could gather in the middle, please. First things first, Tsunami, congratulations. Somebody come get it. Elliot's gonna take it. Tsunami gets the win for Grant, gets the win for their new tribes. You guys are not going to tribal, so you got a little more time to connect with new friends, connect with the same friends that you've been connecting with. I don't know. You guys figure it out. You guys may be receiving a text from us in the near future, so please make a new group chat. Put a couple of producers in there so we can communicate with you. And that's all I've got for you. Please give back your mics and the idol, and good night. Jer Bear, tough loss. Not the most impressive showing.
Oh.
I mean, do you guys disagree?
No.
Good news, you can put it behind you right away because you have a tribal at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. So get to work, meet your new tribe mates, find somebody to vote out, and I'll see you tomorrow. Got nothing else for you. Good night.
Okay, I'm back. And just a little recap. I am making a fake idol alongside with Teddy to throw off Lauren to make sure she's really comfortable for the next tribal. And yeah, we just want her feeling as calm, cool, and collected as she needs to be so she won't suspect a thing.
So there are idol clues everywhere, and everyone is running around frantically looking for idols all over campus, like sprinting, like looking around. I'm like freaking knee deep in the Atala Piazza fountain. I'm getting drenched, I'm soaking wet, I don't even care. I'm like looking for this idol, and of course I come up short, not surprised, but everyone was looking, and now there's gonna be tons of idol talk, and I don't see it getting any better. But hopefully I don't get sick from playing out in the rain.
Loki, like, I want this back. No, I'm just kidding. She can have it. She can have it. She really wants it. Because I love my fucking crystals. Like, I hate how I'm giving one away, but it's like worth it. You know what I mean? So this is what we have. This is what we have right now. The Muty Idol. 100% legit. Legitness. I think it looks like shit, but you know what? I think she might buy it. I would buy it. I would buy this. I don't know. I mean, like, if I was out looking for an idol and I found literally anything, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, this is an idol. Loki, I should put something like this in my car. It'd be cute. Bye-bye, Lauren. You're going home.
Okay, very weird. I just arrived at the law school because I went through with my plan, and I just saw Isabella running through the street. I don't know how she knows the clue because she wasn't given this clue. So we'll see. Apparently Isaac's already here. I'm ready for some chaos.
This time I'm not stupid. I ran out and I'm looking for the idol right now. Okay, we just got out of the challenge and I am now on the Jer Bear tribe. And we lost. And I'm looking. Lauren, say hi. I'm filming. Lauren and I are looking for an idol. And I'm like literally in the fountain area. No luck yet.
What's up, guys? Okay. There's Michael, Isaac, and Isabella here. It's kind of like a mad dash for the idol. I'm currently on top of the parking garage. I'm thinking it's beneath some tree that grows something sour, because that's in the clue. So I'm looking for lemon or lime trees, and so far I can't find any. I think this will definitely be a lot easier in the daylight. Yeah, there's nothing up here. But yeah, I think I could be on something. Like, there's not too large of an area that it could be in, unless it's already been found, which I don't think it has. I feel like I'm on to something. I just can't find any stupid lemon or lime trees or anything like that would represent that. Yeah, I'm out here though. I'll probably do one more walkthrough and then leave. But it's really weird. I don't know how Isabella is even here. Like, she shouldn't have the idol. Okay. Yeah. I'll check in with you guys soon. Guess who's idol hunting again? It's me. You guys, I promise you one of these times I'm gonna find it. I really promise one of these times I'm gonna find it. Here's the thing. I was idol hunting with Preston because I suggested we split up into duos because I wanted to see where Preston's head was at and where his tribe dynamic is. And basically talking to him is like talking to a brick wall. Personally, I got absolutely nothing out of that man, but you know, it seems like he's a big meathead who doesn't want to go home. So I think we can use that to my advantage as best as I fucking can, but we'll see.
I found it. I found it.
Oh my god, where was it?
It was hidden in the dirt. And
Right, like right where you went up.
yeah, Gregory and Isabel were both right next to me, so I just stood on it the whole time. But it's in my pocket right now. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Go somewhere
Don't
else.
mean to like run.
No.
Okay.
Go somewhere else.
Okay. So, hi guys. We just planted the real immunity idol.
It looks real.
It looks good.
I would
It looks
completely
really
think
good.
it's real.
It looks really good. I don't even. Where did we hide it? What is that area called?
Behind like the theater building. Yeah.
Jeffrey recorded it.
Yeah, it's there. On the move.
I'm gonna help Lauren find it after this challenge. So I have to know where it is.
This is like terrible. We're terrible people.
We're not terrible. We're good players.
We're justifying bullying. Manipulation. I can't agree. Wait. The idol in quest.
Not too obvious.
But like, we need her to be able to find it.
Okay, it's in that tree. We're gonna get it.
Yeah, barely. Okay. We're going back to the challenge.
It's there.
Now it's Lauren's Party Crashers.
Yeah.
We should
Lauren's
change
Party
it.
Crashers.
Lauren's Party
LPC.
Crashers.
The Party Crashers. of
LPC, no, literally.
No, LPC. Oh
So
my
we just
gosh.
ran, and it's raining outside, so we ran into like musical building.
Yeah,
the
the
musical
musical
building
building, yeah.
to film this confessional for you guys.
We need to make sure when she gets it that it's just like believable.
No,
I think she'll believe
I
it.
think
There's
So what's
no
the
way.
plan?
I think Lauren.
I think
or not Lauren.
she texted me, and then I was like, oh, when we planned this, I was like, oh, let's go look around.
Yeah.
So I said like we could do a lap, and I'll just like make sure like I'll look in one of the other bushes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I'll be like, you look in, like you look over there, and I hope she'll see me looking through bushes, and she'll look through bushes.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, no, you look along the walls
And
and,
I'll be
have
like,
her
you
look in those
over
trees.
there.
Just like dig through those trees because there's in the clue there's trees. Just like
yeah.
that's so bad.
Yeah.
She's got it. She'll
She's
buy
gonna
it.
eat that
She'll
up.
buy it.
I'm so excited.
I'm nervous. I hope so.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
If not, we
it's
gotta
gonna
like
be great.
if she doesn't find it, we have to like snag it so we can redo it. Like,
Yeah, no,
another
literally.
time soon because that's too good.
No,
to,
but
like,
she will
know.
find it.
She better seriously like screwing.
Well, we're literally forcing her to find it.
No,
Wait, what'd you say?
Really, just like this is like can't win.
It's, guys, like this is the best group.
LPC.
LPC. Like we're like killing it, you guys.
It's terrible.
Killing it.
Oh, okay.
And then not to sound like a bitch, but then like the other two out. Game plan.
Done.
Perfect.
Hopefully merge by then.
Hopefully, because then we'll have them. We can knock the other team out. Oh yeah. Wait, let's do that on sync.
So yeah, the clue came out at 9 o'clock again. We won the last challenge, and so again, I immediately booked it. The first thing that came to my mind, because the clue said Fowler, I was like, oh, it's like dumpsters and garbage cans, and so I searched all of the garbage cans and dumpsters on campus for too long, actually, until I realized that we have a law school called the Fowler Law School, and so I made my way over there, and I couldn't find anything, you know. Greg was there, or I'm sorry, why do I keep saying Greg? Jeffrey was there, Michael was there, and Isabella was there. Like, she's not even on our team. How could she have gotten this clue? So that's going to be something I got to think about. But, you know, I searched there for a while, and I couldn't find anything. It was about an hour. I couldn't, like, at that point I just head back.
And have you heard any talk about idols, idol searching, anything like that?
Not really. I mean, I did a little. I didn't look for the first one at all. Like, I literally was like, I'm going home, and I just went home. And then the second one, I was like, maybe I'll glance around a little bit, and then I just didn't find anything. I'm like, all right. So I'm not worried about the idol, only because I feel like the idol's only a problem if there's like someone you're specifically trying to vote out that you don't want to have an idol. So if I'm not like aiming for anyone, then it doesn't affect me. I don't really care. But you know, if someone's gunning for me though, since I got votes cast against me, I might need a little protection. Although I'm not super worried, but at the same time, I'm also like kind of worried.
Molly's here, and I'm going to explain it to her. Because Brady, I'm so mad at you, evil producer. So, okay, this happens in Survivor. It's called Exile Island. It's kind of new. I would have preferred Redemption Island, if I'm being honest. That way, if you're eliminated, you get a chance to come back. Okay. But instead, I just can't talk to anyone in the game. And how this was decided was that we pulled buffs. As a tribe swap. So everyone got new buffs. Okay. And they got put on either tribe, red or I guess blue. And I picked the lavender one. I was the last one to pick, and the only one also in there was for Grant. So I think they were hoping. That guy with like long hair, right? No, but you know who Grant is. We know who Grant is in the confessionals. No one else knows that I know Grant. Okay. But so that means Grant's on the blue tribe, I'm assuming. I think they were hoping that Grant would just pick it, so that way him not being here would be fine. But I picked it instead because I was the last one and there was 2 options. So now I'm exiled from the game and I can't talk to anyone. They can't talk to me. However, Brady being like a little sus. And also I know this from watching Survivor, is that if you go to exile, you have the chance to find an idol. Is that I'm gonna probably be the only one who's given a clue to get an idol. And now here's my other thing. It's fucking raining, it's dark, I don't wanna look for it right now. Mm-hmm. So whenever I get this text, hopefully it's like tomorrow morning, I'm just gonna go after class and look. And that way it's sunny, like there's sun, and maybe it's raining, who cares? But it's like gonna be a lot easier to find. I hope.
Teach me to dance in the rain.
Or yeah, Lord, words of encouragement matter. They didn't change it. What the hell, sunlight?
Lord, let me dance in the rain. I was thinking it would be so funny if I got in a crash right now.
We just said it to Brady, like, this is what you do. This is, oopsies. I want to see that giant car, the weird car. Yeah, that was fun. So yeah, I'm mad, but I think I can get an idol out of this. I hope. I better, because that's how they play on Survivor, Brady. But what I'm worried about, though, is that it seems like my main alliance got really split up. Is that Angelina and Elliot are not together, but Grant and Elliot should be together, and Preston and Angelina should be together, so that's good. I do think Isaac and Michael are still together, though, which is not gonna be great. Fuck them. So we'll see. You know, I'm just in exile. Fuck you, Brady. And I'm just gonna watch Emily in Paris with Molly and get drunk. So who's the real winner here? Brady, I'm not sure I'm supposed to do a group project when this is one of my team members and we're not allowed to speak. Roxy has to communicate for us.
So I'm talking to Preston. Preston knows he's in the minority, and he says that as long as he's safe, he doesn't care what we do. So he throws Angelina's name out. Kind of. Well, the thing is, he said that Preston told me that he doesn't want to vote Angelina out, but he's okay with writing her name down. So knowing me, I'm going to take that. I'm running with it. I go straight to Angelina and the rest of the girls who are looking for the idol. They all met up. So Preston leaves me. I go run over to them and I'm like, Angelina, you're never going to believe this. Preston literally said that he wants you out. He knows you guys are on the minority, on the tribe standing. So he wants you gone. And Angelina's baffled. And she's like, what? And she's so shook. And I'm saying this is a good opportunity because I'm starting to build her trust a little bit by telling her this information about Preston. And so the five of us, Lauren, Isabella, me, Stephanie, and Angelina, are gunning for Preston now. So, because trust is power in this game. And I don't quite have Angelina's trust, so what can I do to get the rest of it? I help her find an idol.
Hey, it's travel day. Word's going around that Preston is voting me out, so I'm nervous. But not really, because I have something. I have an idol. And how I got this, me, Teddy, and Isabella went around campus looking for idols yesterday, and we got our hands on this little idol. So if Preston tries to play anything, I'll play it back and be safe, but it's gonna have to be like a revote between the other four who does not have an idol, so we'll see how it goes.
We hid the fake idol before the challenge. And so now I'm like, oh shoot, we shouldn't use the fake idol. We shouldn't do the fake idol plan on Lauren anymore because that wouldn't make any sense. We have to do it on Angelina and Preston. So after the challenge, I'm like, I suggest that we split up into pairs because we can keep tabs on each other and go look for the idols with the clues that we have so far. Assuming that nobody found them, we can go look for the idols. So I'm like, I want to go with Preston because I want to do the fake idol plan on Preston now because I don't really vibe with him and I'm not really getting any good energy from him, and I kind of just want him gone because he seems like a very strong physical player, like football guy. So I start walking with Preston to go look for the idol. I lead him straight to the fake idol. Like literally, we pretend to dig around. I'm like, we should go check back here, right where I planted the freaking fake idol. And I tell him to go dig over in the 2 trees where I literally put it in while I'm pretending to look everywhere else. Anyways, and he doesn't even freaking look. Like, he's not committed. Like, he didn't even see it. I'm like, you didn't even look. And I'm like trying not to be sus about it. So I'm like, you know what, whatever, fine. Now, plan B, fake idol plan on Angelina.
Yes.
And then idols cancel out. And then
we have a fucking idol plan.
We have a fucking idol.
We have an idol.
shit.
We have an idol. Share
Oh my fucking god.
Wait, you have to open it now. You have to
Open
open,
it,
it now.
open it.
Open it.
Wait, is Jeffrey? Or is he leaving?
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
Okay, purr.
Bye, bitch. No, just kidding. He's nice. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What's the fucking tape?
It's okay, it's okay.
Stop. Oh my god.
It's like all fancy. What the fuck?
Oh my god, yeah. They put their whole servicey in there. What the fuck? Oh my god, is it a clue?
Wait. Oh,
Oh,
it's
okay.
just...
Okay.
Where did it go?
Oh my gosh.
It's
Ooh.
a quartz.
Cute.
It's the immunity idol.
So it's
Wait, is there a clue or can we just use it?
Patsy found a hidden immunity idol. Oh my god. It's just like
We're fine. We're fine. We're safe. So how are we? What are we doing with this? Should
I'm
we
like
go
shaking.
staking it?
if we both played, that means rocks will be played. Means
No, if they're both played. Oh fuck, if they're both played?
because he could.
If they're both played, then one of the four of us would have to go.
Because Preston could flip it at any time.
Here's the thing.
Oh, you're right.
If they're both played, that would mean that the only people that can get votes
Are the four of
are the
us?
four of us.
What do you think about Steffi and?
I don't. Preston cannot have this idol, bro.
He literally can't.
Here's the thing. I just feel like we just
He
take. I just feel like we take the fucking chance.
Okay.
Because we can. I don't. I just feel like
It's about risks.
it's about fucking risks, bro.
So I take her to where I took Preston, and I literally hand feed her the idol. Because I told her to look where Preston looked. Maybe I hid this a little bit too well, but I told her to look where Preston was supposed to look and find it. She doesn't see it either. And at one point I was like, are you sure it's not over here? And I literally just reached in the tree and I was like, oh, you guys! It was a perfect situation. Isabella, Angelina, and I were alone. Stephanie and Lauren went to go look for the idol somewhere else. And Isabella was obviously in on the fake idol plan, so the three of us are like, oh my god, we found an idol. Like, me and Isabella are acting so shook. And Angelina is like dumbfounded. She's like, what the heck? How was it right there? And it looked so convincing. And so, like I said, trust is power. And I basically just bought her trust of that fake idol. So hoping that gives me and Isabella a little bit of power, because Angelina's scrambling at this point and she's desperate. She needs someplace to go. So I'm hoping that she feels she has a spot with me and Isabella and it's not too nerve-wracking.
Bears. The new Jerbear tribe, I should say. Welcome to Tribal Council. Technically, you're first as a tribe, although you've each been to Tribal Council before, so you guys, you know how this works. Teddy, obviously, the news in Survivor Chapman at the moment is the tribe swap. You're with a completely different group of people. Relationships are mixed up. You gotta meet some people. You gotta, have some conversations. Talk me through that. What's the swap been like for you?
You know, Brady, I think the biggest wrench has been the fast turnaround from losing the challenge to getting a new tribe, then going straight to tribal. So we really had to just start strategizing right away. It wasn't like joining like our original tribe. We had time to bond and get to know each other and kind of build those relationships organically. This was like, we have to make relationships or like, we could be screwed. Like, we don't know, like with these new dynamics and these new faces like on our tribe. Yeah, definitely throws for a loop. I would say, I think we kind of like figured it out a little bit, hopefully, but you can never really truly be sure, so.
I mean, Stephanie, it was only 24 hours since we were doing the challenge. We weren't even done with the challenge yet by this point yesterday. And now here you are at Tribal Council. I mean, under those circumstances, how do you decide who to send home?
Well, I feel like, again, I'm not really sure who I'm gonna vote for like last time. I feel like I'm just gonna see how other people act now, and then I'll decide like right when I have the pen in my hand.
Lauren, for you and for some other people in this room, this is now your second Tribal Council in a row. How does it feel different in the atmosphere tonight as opposed to last Tribal?
I think since it's not my first one, I feel a little, I don't want to say I feel better about it. I mean, I still feel horrible about having to go to tribal. I don't feel as nervous. I mean, okay, no, that's a lie. I'm very nervous. I'm trying to say, like, the first time we came, I didn't know what to expect, and I was kind of like, okay, like, how is everyone gonna be? And I wasn't sure how the dynamic would be. And now that I've kind of seen how the first one went, I'm assuming the dynamic's gonna be similar, so I'm not as like, oh my gosh, like, how is everyone gonna react towards having to vote someone out? And now I'm just kind of like, okay, like, I know it's gonna happen, and I just kind of have to accept the fact that it's gonna happen.
Obviously, it's always pretty horrible to go to tribal. And there's a very clear reason why you guys are here. Let's not beat around the bush that much more. Preston, obviously, your guys' performance in the challenge was not great.
Yeah, maybe good at all.
Let me know.
It was a hard challenge. I think we all tried our best, but we're still here. So,
does that kind of impact your thoughts on the vote coming in, or not?
No, I don't think anyone had like a terrible day at the challenge. I'm kind of in the minority right now, so it's definitely pretty nerve-wracking.
Let's talk about that. Here we are in the new Jerbear tribe, and yet we have 4 former Tsunami members and 2 former Jerbear members. Angelina, as one of the other Jerbear members, what's that like?
It's horrifying, but this is how fate is. Just gotta, let it play.
Fate is a very interesting word in the context of Survivor. It can be a very comforting word and also a very terrifying word. Is there any way to kind of avoid fate, or do you just have to let it roll?
Just let it roll.
Interesting. Well, Isabella, there's 6 people here.
Yeah.
6 is not that many people. We're getting close to a merge. I don't know if anybody wants to kind of admit that, and as part of production, I'll let slip a bit here. Like most Survivor seasons, we will eventually be merging tribes. And based on just the dwindling numbers, it's going to be pretty soon. So, how do you feel about that?
I was a lot more nervous previously than I am now. I mean, I'm still nervous for it, but I feel like now having to talk to Jerbear more one-on-one rather than just glancing and saying like hi at a challenge, I'm a lot more relieved, like especially talking to these 2. I'm like, okay, like I can get along with them, especially now having some former former OG Tsunami members with some Jerbears, and I feel like I had really good connections with some of them. Like I think they were great people, and I would value their input if there was a merger. So I feel like now, if there's a merger, I'm glad. Like okay, like I'm glad that it was very dispersed, as in like both teams are now meshing, so we can all kind of like collaborate a little bit more now. So that gives me a little bit of peace of mind, knowing like okay, like I can ask around now and kind of figure out where people's heads are at. Yeah.
Would you say that you can trust the people in this room?
Yes, most definitely.
How do you define trust in this game?
I define trust as having the best intentions. I understand that Survivor is a cutthroat game, and I wouldn't expect anyone to put themselves in front of me. But I do, when defining trust when it comes to Survivor, I definitely think that the people in this room would have my best interests as long as it did put them back.
You kind of have to toe that line, huh?
Yeah. But it's okay. It's a good line.
I'm going to open that question up to the floor. What do the rest of you guys think about trust? I mean, how do you form trust in a game like this? It's officially, tonight, at this point, it's been 1 week since the game started. Many of you guys have only known each other for 1 week. How do you build trust?
I feel like this is a game where you just have to build trust regardless, and it forces you to at least like trust someone enough to like put your eggs in their basket and make moves with those people. Obviously, this is an individual game in the long run, but you need to have other people to get you to that long run, to get you to that end game. And so if you're not building any trust and you're not like at least opening yourself up to that possibility, then you're screwing yourself over.
Does anyone in here, if you could just raise your hands, who feels safe tonight? No hands. I mean, hey, anything can happen, right? And with that, we'll go to vote.
Sorry. I think when I went against you, you were a fair opponent, and I would have rather been against you than with you, I think, and in a good way. I think it was kind of hard having you as a teammate, but I wish I could have gone to talk to you more and that we hadn't gone to tribal. But since we did, this was my choice.
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, I'll read the votes. Angelina. Preston. Lauren. That's 1 vote Angelina, 1 vote Preston, 1 vote Lauren. Preston. Third person voted out of Survivor Chapman. Preston. If you could come up here and stand on this mark. Preston, tribe has spoken.
Good shit, guys. Carry on.
Good night.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally okay. I just would like to know. I didn't for a person. I always feel the same. Okay. I saw the E. I was like, stop! I'm sorry. I didn't know because of this.
Mine was the one big rating for person.
Mine was the one. Like, I'm down to giving my handwriting as well. We can all write down. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Welcome in the newest member of your tribe.
Hello.
Back from exile is Anna. Anna, go ahead and take a seat.
Heck yeah. Okay. Hello.
Made it through tribal council. You now have a new tribe member in Anna. Things are hopefully looking up for you guys. And we've got a challenge in about an hour. Good night.
We learned from last time. We just get up.
I don't know. I was just too confident. It was too easy. They kind of played me. I mean, I didn't have a choice because they were majority, but I thought we were going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So.
If you could have done anything differently, what would it have been?
I don't know. Maybe voted for someone else, not my ally. I don't know. There's really nothing I could have done because they had the 4, so I wanted to go with the 4 so I could save myself. But